Hello everyone, my name is Blair Gentler. Welcome back to my series on the fiscal condition of Rome. This is episode 2. Today we're going to learn about Rome's savings account, the account that it uses when it doesn't take in enough to cover its spending. In episode 1, we established that they do this, that it's real. So now the obvious question is, if this has been going on for a decade, why hasn't anything broken yet? Well, the answer is this savings account. And to understand what's happening to it now, we do have to understand what's been happening to it over time. This savings account is called the unassigned fund balance. It's the city's true discretionary reserves. It doesn't have any restrictions, doesn't have any designations. It's genuinely available for the city to use if it needs it. Rome's city departments, they ran lean for years. The adopted budget said that they could spend X, but every year a lot of those departments spent less. They held vacancies open, they deferred purchases, they kept costs below authorized levels, they managed their spending. The result, even though the budget projected a deficit every year, was the actual savings account grew. They came in under budget. That discipline was real, and it bought real time, but frugality has a ceiling, and the cities reached it. The structural gap just kept growing. By the mid-2020s, closing it through departments just not spending as much, they would have had to have saved $4 million a year. Even in the best of circumstances, that just doesn't seem achievable. So not spending the entire budget only works as long as the gap doesn't get bigger. As the gap grows, that option becomes less effective. Now, ARPA didn't do anything wrong. The COVID relief funds were fine. They were legitimate federal relief. But what they did was they covered the structural problem that was already there. The deficit didn't close during this period. It was just harder to see because there was so much money. The underlying gap kept growing the whole time. Additionally, because we had all those funds parked into some accounts, the city made a good amount. But now that we don't have that money parked in those accounts, all that investment income, that's more income that's not coming in. And in 2024, the savings account posted a loss for the first time in the reporting period. 1 year of decline that doesn't prove anything. But look what changed in 2024. A lot of that extraordinary revenue that masked the problem is gone. What's left is a structural gap that was already there that is now more visible than ever. It's that same gap that's been growing for about 10 years that we talked about in episode 1. 2024 was just a continuation of the trend. To be fair, we do not have 2025 actuals yet. We do not have 2026 actuals yet. If 2025 shows another decline in the balance of the savings account, that confirms the suspicions that we're having here, that we're drawing from the account. However, if that balance goes back up in 2025, we do still have a structural deficit, but at least we're managing it. So in closing, the savings account has absorbed its first real loss in 2024. So in the next video, you're going to see one of the biggest reasons why the gap keeps widening. So we'll see you in episode 3.